Let us place ourselves in the holy presence of the Lord. Dear God, we are gathered here tonight for another fruitful meeting. Thank you for keeping us healthy through these tough times. And God, I want everyone who felt that they are at their lowest to know that they can always turn to you, Lord. And that we should tell ourselves that we'll rise up, rise like the waves, we'll rise up. In spite of the hate, we'll rise up. And we'll do it 1,000 times again. Yes, we'll rise up, Lord, from all these challenges as we face the world with you as our guiding light, with your Son, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
Let us raise our right hand and recite the Toastmasters promise. As a member of Toastmasters International in my club, I promise to attend club meetings regularly, to prepare all my speech and leadership projects to the best of my ability, basing them on Toastmasters educational program, to prepare for and fulfill meeting assignments, to provide fellow members with helpful, constructive evaluations, to help the club maintain the positive, friendly environment necessary for all members to learn and grow, to serve my club as an officer when called upon to do so, to treat my fellow club members and our guests with respect and courtesy, to bring guests to club meetings so they can see the benefits Toastmasters membership offers, to adhere to the guidelines and rules for all Toastmasters education and recognition programs, to act within Toastmasters core values of integrity, respect, service, and excellence during the conduct of all Toastmasters activity. I return the control to Toastmaster Armel.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Jamie. Good evening once again, fellow Toastmasters. Welcome to Meycauayan Toastmasters Club. Our theme for tonight is Rise Up. But before that, I would like to greet all the mothers here tonight. Happy Mother's Day, fellow moms. I hope you had a great time when you celebrated your day, our special day last Sunday. When you heard the words rise up, what comes to mind? To me, it connotes different meaning. Rise up above your commitments. Rise up every day with full of positivity and gratitude. Rise up because you are the one that will really give those momentum or will really give those motivation to your loved ones. Tonight, we have a very wonderful woman who will serve as our Toastmasters of the evening. She is one of my best friends here at Toastmasters Club. She is our present area director for G3. Fellow Toastmasters, let us all welcome our area director, Rose Pagia.
Thank you, Toastmaster Armel, for your wonderful introduction. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and friends. Tonight, we rise up with our eyes up to wise up. Why? Because we are meant for greater things. We are all gifted, and we need to share these things so we can lift ourselves and each other. This way, we flourish and not languish. Fellow Toastmasters kids, let's reach out. Can you reach out and grab? Yeah, reach out and grab it. Yes. We are all going to rise up tonight. And now to introduce Toastmasters for our guests. A very short history. Toastmasters is a nonprofit educational organization that teaches public speaking skills and leadership skills through a worldwide network of clubs. And Meycauayan Toastmasters Club is one of that club. It began almost 100 years ago, October 1924, in Bloomington, Illinois, United States. And it was started by this guy, sorry, the other way, this guy, Toastmaster Ralph Smedley. And for an organization to last almost 100 years is something. It means that we are providing value for people out there. Soon, Toastmasters came to the Philippines. The black and white photo up there is way back 1920s, 19 after World War II-ish. Okay? And this, we were able to form the first Toastmasters Club in the whole of Asia. After that, Toastmasters went to Meycauayan back in 1991, and it was started by our charter president, Toastmaster Dan Palinga, and one of the jewelers in Meycauayan Toastmasters Club, Toastmaster Mike Rodriguez. Okay. And this is us, Meycauayan Toastmasters Club, a couple of years ago. Our meeting will be composed of light moments, prepared speeches, and evaluation. For tonight, though, we are going to make some changes, and we will make the prepared speeches the first one because our table topics master was delayed. All right. And moving on to the word of the night. Let's hear it from the small town girl who took the TM train. Toastmaster Juliet, if you're ready to reveal the word of the night.
Show it, please. Thank you for that introduction. Don't stop believing. Naging ano na, memory song. So for the benefits of the guests, we usually use word of the night, but for tonight, we are going to have an idiom of the night. Idiom of the night. So our idiom of the night is tough as nails. Tough as nails, meaning strong and very determined. That's probably why they assign me as the grammarian, so that I can introduce to you the idiom of the night. Example of the sentence: she is a warm and friendly person, but she is also as tough as nails at work. So I would like to hear a couple of volunteers to use our idiom of the night in a sentence. The volunteer will win yung small t-shirt. No, hindi akin yun. Pinamig. Next time, I'm going to prepare something for the ones who will volunteer. But for this time, spare me first. So I need volunteers. No volunteers? I'll volunteer.
Me.
Who's that?
Mark.
Mark. Okay. Yeah, Mark.
Upon hearing Juliet's story last Toastmasters meeting, I knew that she was tough as nail.
Thank you so much. Even though you only used that in a sentence, it means a lot. Okay. Another volunteer from our guest. Do I hear a volunteer from our guest? You want me to volunteer you? See.
Ako, volunteer.
Oh, yeah. Si Tita Christine. Go, Tita Christine.
Well, I think all of us must be as tough as nails in order to surpass this pandemic period.
Yes, true. I agree. Everyone is affected. The whole world is affected. It's not just an economic depression. Everyone, most of the one, especially the seniors, they're getting depressed, they're getting anxieties. So we have to be tough as nails. I agree with you, Tita Christine. So that's it. That's the word of the night. That's the idiom of the night. I turn now the control back to you, Toastmaster of the evening. PM Rose.
Thank you, Toastmaster Juliet. So being in Toastmasters, you don't really need to be as tough as nails because we can help you be tougher along the way. All right. Moving on to our prepared speeches. So once you have decided to rise up and be a member, you will be completing projects that is outlined in our Toastmasters education program. We have 11 paths, and these are all designed to help improve your communication skills and your leadership skills. Our speakers for tonight will both share educational pieces, and I am excited. Let's start with our first speaker, who is doing his presentation mastery path. He's doing level 4.2 project, manage online meetings. And his objective is to practice facilitating an online meeting or leading a webinar. The time allotment is 20 to 25 minutes. Timer, the green will be on the 20th minute, the yellow on the 23rd minute, and the red on the 25th. Copy? And
Again, please. Sorry.
20 minutes for the green,
Mhm.
23 for the yellow, and 25 for the red signal. He will be evaluated by distinguished Toastmaster Malu Cruz from NBC. Ladies and gentlemen, How to Write Reverse Poetry by Toastmaster Mark Wilson Estrada.
Okay, I will just share my screen. Oops. Can you see my screen? The PowerPoint? All right.
Yes.
Who among you are fascinated with poetry? All right. So when I was a child, I competed on poetry recitals, oratorical contests, declamation, and even the rhythmic poetry. But when I grew up, I intended to write different poems, mostly the rhythmic ones. All right. When I was dating a girl years before, perhaps 5 years ago, I planned to write a reverse poetry, but I didn't know how to start. I started to write it after after several years, I think after 3 years, and it was presented during one of our Toastmasters meeting here in Meycauayan Toastmasters Club with the theme A Night of Poetry. That was a reverse poetry. So what is a reverse poetry? Reverse poetry is a type of poetry in which when you read from top to bottom, it has a different meaning. It has a one meaning rather. But when you read from bottom to top, it denotes another opposite meaning. That's a reverse poetry. You do not need to omit any word, to change any word, or insert any word. The same the same words will be used in reverse poetry when you read it from top to bottom and from bottom to top. So let's see an example of reverse poetry that I have written. Okay, can you see the video? All right. Anyway, these are reverse poetry. Is it playing?
Yes.
Nagsisimula pa lang ang kwento. Alam ko sa sarili kong hindi magiging tayo. Dahil kahit minsan, maling-mali ang isiping mahal kita. sapagkat walang pagkakataon para mapalapit sa iyo. Bakit ko naman isipin pang gusto kita sa laki ng sagabal sa pagitan nating dalawa? Siguradong sigurado akong pwede akong lumisan palayo sa iyo. Hindi ako naniniwalang may pag-ibig na namumuo sa ating dalawa dahil sigurado akong abala tayo sa sarili nating mabuhay. Nakakatawa na tayo. Alam nating kahit sa dulo, maunawaan din nating may kabaligtaran ang lahat. That is the first part of reverse poetry. Now, this is the second part. May kabaligtaran ang lahat. Sa dulo, maunawaan din nating nakakatawa na tayo. Alam natin kahit abala tayo sa sarili nating mabuhay, sigurado akong may pag-ibig na namumuo sa ating dalawa dahil hindi ako naniniwalang pwede akong lumisan palayo sa iyo. Siguradong sigurado akong sa laki ng sagabal sa pagitan nating dalawa, gusto kita. Bakit ko naman isipin pang walang pagkakataon para mapalapit sa iyo? Mahal kita. Sapagkat maling-mali ang isipin kahit minsan, hindi magiging tayo. Dahil alam ko sa sarili kong nagsisimula pa lang ang kwento. So, that is an example of reverse poetry. Now, let's tackle the characteristics of reverse poetry. So what are the 3 characteristics of reverse poetry? First, it is unstructured. When we say unstructured, it doesn't have any rhythmic pattern. It doesn't have strictness in terms of the number of lines or syllables or stanzas. It is prose. It doesn't have any strictness in terms of words. Second characteristics of reverse poetry, it is double-sided. So when you noticed the example of reverse poetry that I have shown you just earlier, it had side A and side B, meaning to say, I read it from top to bottom and bottom to top. And third one is that reverse poetry has totally opposite messages, totally opposite. So when you notice, the first side had a negative feedback or emotion, while the last part had a positive emotion. So those are the characteristics of reverse poetry. It's unstructured, double-sided, and it has totally opposite messages. Now, let's see an example of reverse poetry. An easy example so that you can write your own reverse poetry. You may begin to write one. So this is a 3-liner example of reverse poetry. And it says, hindi kita mahal, ayokong isiping mahal kita. That's side A. Now, side B. Mahal kita, ayokong isiping hindi kita mahal. So that is a 3-liner reverse poetry. So if you write reverse poetry with 3 lines, that's good for you, but it would be better if you maximize it. But as a beginner, you may write this reverse poetry with 3 lines. And a reverse poetry may have 2 different titles. For example, in this slide, the first side is entitled Hindi Kita Mahal, and the second side was entitled Mahal Kita. So it depends upon your writing. Reverse poetry could have 2 titles, 2 different titles. Now, how to write a reverse poetry? When writing a reverse poetry, remember to reverse. Reverse as in R-E-V-E-R-S-E, reverse. So, first step in writing a reverse poetry is to reflect on an idea. So you should have an idea in mind in creating a reverse poetry. What kind of idea? For example, true love versus unreciprocated love, or illness versus health, or poverty versus wealth. Those can be your idea. So reflect on an idea that is close to you, because if it's close to you, it would be easier for you to come up with a poem that you want to publish later on. Now, second step in creating a reverse poetry is E. E as in establish the entry point and the end. Of course, we need to establish the entry point because that is your first line, and end because that will be your concluding line. So, in reverse poetry, create a sentence in a negative way, and then that sentence in a negative way will be reversed and become positive when you incorporate it with the second to the last line for the side B of your reverse poem. So establish the entry point because you need to have and the end point because you need to have an end in mind in creating this kind of poem or poem. Third step in creating a reverse poetry is to verbalize while your reverse poetry is being written. But this is optional. Why did I say that it's optional? For example, in my personality, whatever I'm writing about, whatever I'm doing, it's easy for me to verbalize everything because it comes into my senses. If you are a type of person who verbalizes what you're writing or what you are thinking out loudly, then it's better for you to verbalize the reverse poetry so that you can feel the intensity of what you are writing. So that's for letter V, verbalize while your reverse poetry is being written. Next step in writing a reverse poetry is exhibit the proper use of the different parts of speech and punctuation marks. What are the different parts of speech? We have 7 parts of speech. What are those? We have noun, adjective, adverb, verb, interjection, preposition, conjunction. Those are the different parts of speech and leverage on those, especially on the conjunction and preposition, the connectors, because they connect words, they connect two ideas. When you write reverse poetry, the end line, the last word of a line may be a connector. It could be a conjunction or preposition. Now, exhibit the proper use of punctuation marks. What are the punctuation marks? Exclamation point, period, comma, question mark. Why? Of Because in writing a reverse poetry, omitting the punctuation marks, meaning having 0 punctuation marks, is better than having a misplaced punctuation mark. For example, your period is applicable on the third line of side A, but it could not be applicable on that same position on side B. So be aware of using punctuation marks. So in creating a reverse poetry, it is better to have no punctuation marks at all than having a misplaced punctuation marks. How to write a reverse poetry? Letter R. So tip number 5, redefine and refine your reverse poetry. I know you want to create an excellent literary work. So take time to read and read and read and edit if you must. So refine and redefine your reverse poetry. Take time to read and edit if you must. So you can have a refined poetry that everyone may read. How to write a reverse poetry. Tip number 6 for letter S, say it repeatedly. Why do you need to say it repeatedly? Recite your reverse poetry repeatedly so that you can convey the true emotions. Because, like what we have established earlier, side A has a different emotion and side B has another different emotions. So when you say your reverse poetry, your vocal variety will be practiced. Okay. And letter E, enjoy writing. Because reverse poetry is a very, very, very tough poem to be written. So if you feel that you're failing in writing a reverse poetry, just enjoy writing it. Continue writing it. Start from a three-liner reverse poetry, then increase it to a four-liner reverse poetry until you get your desired number of lines in creating this kind of literary art. So this literary art, a unique kind of literature. So how to write your reverse poetry? Remember to reverse. Reverse. R, to reflect on an idea. E, establish the entry point and the end. V, verbalize while your reverse poetry is being written. E, exhibit the proper use of different parts of speech and punctuation marks. R, redefine and refine your reverse poetry. S, say it repeatedly. E, enjoy writing. So those are the tips that I can share with you in writing this kind of poetry. Now, there is a post-Toastmasters activity where you can write a reverse poetry after this meeting because we will be hearing from other Toastmasters who will be delivering speeches, table topic speeches, and evaluations. So for your Toastmasters activity, write your own reverse poetry of not less than 8 lines. So write your own reverse poetry of not less than 8 lines. And once you have written it, please submit it, please submit that to me. Because if I may propose with you, I would like us as a team to write a book on reverse poetry for the 30th anniversary of Meycauayan Toastmasters Club in August. So I hope we can establish this kind of project. And for any example, you may scan the QR code that you are seeing now on screen. So I hope you will be one with me on this plan of having a book on reverse poetry. So, fellow Toastmasters, ladies and gentlemen, I hope I have given you some insight, some knowledge, and some piece of advice on creating this kind of unique, wonderful literary masterpiece, the reverse poetry. Now, I turn the control back to our Toastmaster of the evening, Rose Padilla.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mark, for sharing with us tips on how to write reverse poetry. And I was scanning the QR code, but my phone can't take it. So please send it again to our private chat. Okay? It's okay. We can we can send you can send it later. Okay, moving on to our next prepared speech for tonight. Our second speaker for tonight is also doing presentation mastery path. His level is level 1.3, and his project is research and presenting. The objective of the project is to learn to review basic research methods and present a well-organized, well-researched speech on any topic. His speech will last for 5 to 7 minutes. The evaluator will be Toastmaster Armel Gutierrez. Ladies and gentlemen, let's all welcome for digital currency, Toastmaster Jepoy Robles.
Hello, mic test. Can you
We
hear me,
can hear
guys?
you. We can hear
Okay.
you. Yes.
Good evening. I'll share. Mhm. But I can't see my word. Wait.
Oo. Oh, sige. Okay.
Wait, guys. I'll just pick something. Can you play some music first, or just give
Toastmaster,
me a minute?
all right. Toastmaster Jeff, you can click
Yes.
on, share screen on Zoom, and then go to advanced sharing, because there's a basic, right? Basic options, and then advanced. You go to
Okay.
advanced settings, and then there's a beta version that says share PowerPoint as your virtual background.
Share screen advanced PowerPoint. Okay.
Is it there?
Wait. Music. Wait. Here. Can
Yeah,
you see now?
I can see you too. Yep. And you
Okay.
are embedded on your PowerPoint. Very nice.
Okay, let's start.
Okay, again,
Guys. Okay.
Toastmaster Jeff,
Sure.
let's give him a hand.
Thank you. Okay, everyone. Have you experienced of entrusting your whole self to your loved one, but in the end, they still left you? Aww, that hurts, right? After that, where did you go? Huh? Well, to your family, friends, or your network, right? Now, why did I say this? It is because it is like trusting your money in a centralized system against the decentralized system, like blockchain. Now, I will share to you how did it start. Um, when we talk about money, money in modern economies typically takes the form of banknotes, paper, money, or coins. Uh, and in vast majority of cases, deposits are held in bank accounts. These are digital records of money balances, and in vast majority of cases, deposits are digital records of these deposits exist as data in a computer, right? So making payment is a matter of agreeing system to make changes to these records securely. So let's take a very quick example. Imagine Digong wants to transfer money to Lenny electronically, like a fund transfer. So let's assume they use different banks, one BPI and one BDO, in which case the payment goes from Lenny's bank to Digong's via some central entity, typically a central bank. And the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas sits at the center of most payment systems in the Philippines. Okay, where I am coming from. Have you heard of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dogecoin lately? Or any entity soliciting money for their investments and they will invest it in the said coins? So, my fellow Toastmasters, beware of these investment schemes. Always do your due diligence and research before giving up your hard-earned money. Well, I will give you a bit of history and function of these cryptocurrencies before thinking of investing on these coins, or some others think of it like a scam. Okay, so uh, Bitcoin started on January 2009 and created by Satoshi Nakamoto. Uh, okay, it is a decentralized digital currency known as Bitcoin. An interest in Bitcoin grew as investors and researchers around the world began to pay attention to the underlying value of the blockchain technology itself. The application of blockchain, it seemed, was not limited to digital currency, but could be used to do everything from decentralized cloud storage to identifying users online. So this Bitcoin doesn't need an intermediaries or banks for processing the payments. Furthermore, it is commonly referred as cryptocurrency, as it relies on that techniques from the field of cryptography to ensure the secure validations of transactions. They maintain on our digital wallets, like we can use our mobile phones, our tablets, or computers, laptops. And we can trade uh, the cryptocurrency, or we can think of it as a fiat or paper money or a banknote, that a cryptocurrency, a digital currency, be traded through phone to another phone in exchange for like digital currency into a traditional currency like paper money, or you can exchange your digital currency into a pizza, a burger, or your groceries. So several thousand of businesses internationally are currently using this innovation to use as a payment method on their businesses. So, well, in the Philippines, it's still not yet been widely used, since there are so many mysteries to solve or problems to overcome, so we can widely adapt the blockchain technology in technology with the paper money that we are currently using right now. Okay. Increasingly, people want to make payments online or go Shopee. And this innovation, which allows people to make payments in a more convenient way. So using blockchains, again, we don't have to rely on banks. A key point to know is that digital currency is both a payment system and a currency. The real point of this innovation got lost because of the media hyping this Bitcoin or any other coins, and focuses on the swings of the price or the fluctuation of the price of the currency. It may go up 1,000%, 50%, and go down again 100%. So it's a great fluctuation, but others become millionaires overnight through investing in these coins. So again, I'm not focusing on the prices swings of these coins, but I'm focusing, or talking about the innovation of decentralizing our monetary system. So what are the benefits? I'll share to you. Okay, I forgot to share this. It's the graph of the how the blockchain works. So someone requests a transaction and it goes to the computer or network in the internet, and then the computers will validate the transaction, and it will change or alter the ledger. So in our banks, there is a common ledger, right? A paper, but in banks they also digitalized it. So through blockchain, computers will verify it, will alter and change the how how much your money, the account on your money is, and then it will transact. Once it verified, it will be transacted to the other user. So the new block is then added to the existing blockchain in a way that is permanent and unalterable. So using blockchain, the decentralized ledger, the ledger or the l- digital ledger will have a copy of others ledger. It's like I'm having your ledger. I'll have the ledger of Mom Christine, I'll have the ledger of Mom Rose, and Mom Rose will have my ledger, and everyone has the copy of everyone's ledger. So it's that example. So the next is, so imagine the blockchain as a shared spreadsheet that exists simultaneously on multiple computers. Every time a new item is added to this digital ledger, each computer runs a cryptographic algorithm. That's why it comes from, it is called as cryptocurrency because of the cryptocurrency algorithm that uses to uh, encrypt the ledger. The new item is a legitimate transaction. Not only is the process decentralized, it is also completely transparent and immutable, meaning that each condition to the blockchain cannot be reversed and the chain's entire history can be viewed by anyone, as I said before. So, so these are the benefits of the blockchain technology. Trustworthiness. So everyone say, or the one who made the blockchain technology said that it is nearly impossible to hack. But it is really is. Because like I said, we have each other's ledger. So what if Mom Rose might alter my ledger and put my money on hers, right? Or vice versa. So this is, I cannot say that it's still trustworthy because I am myself cannot agree this for now, but I still believe that there will come a time that the technology can keep up and overcome this problem. So the next one would be decentralization. Without any third parties moderating our transaction, reviewing contracts, or verifying information, there is a less chance of corruption or human error. Have you heard of BPI holders missing their deposits on their account? Or East-West Bank's managers encashing the deposits of their clients? Or some a human error of not writing the correct subtracting the money on your account, and then when you see it, there you have already zeroed account. Well, that's a human error, right? So through this decentralization, the whole computer network will have to overcome this. So may also potentially, the blockchain may also potentially disrupt existing institutions that make money distributing and verifying online transactions. So you may also search that the Goldman Sachs of US and other banks in US have also investing on these cryptocurrencies, meaning they having uh, researching and slowly adapting to the new trend of cryptocurrencies. So next is the efficiency. As the process is automated, blockchain may significantly reduce administration cost. So what I am saying, so since uh, in in banks, when you transfer like from GCash to BDO, we have a 15 pesos or 25 pesos transaction cost, right? But with the blockchain technology, we can lower it. And through this, this lower cost will be implemented internationally. So international cost or international fund transfer from Philippines to US is will be the same as transferring from local, right, from Manila to Bulacan. So it's the meaning of lower cost. So, and then the next benefit is transparency. Transparency is a crucial component in building trust. That's like what I said earlier. We have to trust in a single entity like the central bank on depositing our money, that when someday that we need our money back, they will give them back as a whole. So with blockchain, consumers have open access to review transactions. For example, this technology being used by also by food manufacturers and distributors to allow customers to review the complete supply chain where their product was bought, shipped, and delivered. This allows or adapt or trust everyone, everyone's ledger, and the whole network to verify your transactions. So that's how the blockchain and my speech ends. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jeff, for your very informative uh, speech on cryptocurrency. I still have personally have my doubts on it. I have not done my research for me to start investing on it. But it
Yeah.
is one of the it is one of the options now for people to invest in. Thank you, Toastmaster Jeff and to Toastmaster Mark for your speeches tonight. We are moving on to the next part of our program. We have skipped the table topics, but we are going to push with it right now. The table topics, we need to have our eyes up because this is the part of the program where people literally actually rise up because they volunteer to speak for or and to practice their impromptu speaking skills. To our guests, if you want to volunteer, just unmute yourself and say so. Our table topics master will take care of you. Toastmaster Sedi, if you're ready, take it away.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rose. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and friends, and I am your today table topics master. For the benefit of our guest, Darla, table topics is a long-standing Toastmasters tradition to help members develop their ability to organize their thoughts quickly and respond to an impromptu question. Table topics or impromptu speech can be a series of questions or expanding a quote or projecting an explanation behind an image. Wait. In order for you to establish a good table topics speech, you must have to follow the table topics speech patterns. So we have so many table topics speech patterns, but these are the common patterns that we used in a table topic speech portion. So let's start with the SMG or the story message gain or the prep, which is the point, reason, example, and point. IDA, which is the attention, interest, desire, and action. And last is the PPF or the past, present, and future. Table topic speech lasts for only 1 to 2 minutes. So we have a caller time assignments, which is you're when you have delivered your table topic speech for about 1 minute. Our time here you who must be pinned down will turn their timing device to green. When your when you deliver your speech for 1 to 30 seconds, it will turn yellow. And then when you are about to deliver your speech for 2 minutes and onwards, the timing device will turn red. So for us to pin down the timer, for you to monitor your speech speech delivery. So to start, um, the the theme of our meeting is Rise Up, which is inspired to the four core values of Toastmasters we uphold. So these are the respect, integrity, service, and excellence. So let us start with respect. So I would like to call Toastmaster Mercy to what is behind this to convey what is behind this image. But before that, respect in Toastmaster is understand that each member or a person with has his or her skills, has abilities, goals, and ambitions, strengths, and weaknesses. So it means we have different unique or different skills, talents, strengths, and weaknesses which we must be respected about. So Toastmaster Mercy, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So for our table topic speaker number one, Toastmaster Mercy.
Human beings. We are created by God as human beings, created according to His image and likeness. The one good thing about His creation is that He created us according to our uniqueness. He gave us something that will be different in the perspective of one person. He gave us characteristics that would be unique, that would be different, that will somehow be an inspiration to others. And that is why we have black people, we have white people, we have yellow people. The sad thing is that we try to outcast other people that is different of our kind. And that is what we call racism. How could we do that when we are created as one, when we are created as unique creatures of God, as sons and daughters of God? I am an Asian, and how I would like to be in equal perspectives with an American, with a European, with even an African. Because for me, I believe that I am just as unique as this American is. I am just as wonderfully made as this Japanese is, or as this Black American is. We only do we have to respecting the perspective, the personality of each other. For me, I would love to have everybody hold their hands hand in hand, connecting each other so that we can be one globally unique people. And today, with this respect, I'm sure that even the pandemic will not bring us down because we are human beings created equally. Good evening.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mercy, for not only saying that we should respect each other, but also to respect each other regardless of our race, color, gender expression, or even our religion. Thank you so much for that insightful speech, Toastmaster Mercy. The next core values in Toastmaster is integrity, meaning living up to the Toastmasters promise. So, to name a few, it is attending club meetings regularly, prepare for meeting assignments, and be a club officer when called upon to do so. So, for our next quote, I will going to call Toastmaster Elise. Toastmaster Elise. Toastmaster Elise.
Hello, Sally. I am just a guest tonight, and I'm still observing what is transpiring in a virtual meeting like this. I
Okay.
would want to pass it Mona for, just an observation tonight. Yeah, thank you for calling
Uh,
on me and thank you for having me,
it's okay.
Toastmasters. Good
Thank you so much,
evening.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Elise. How about Toastmaster Mar? So Toastmaster Mar, here is a quote which is related to integrity. Do what is right, not what is easy, by Roy T. Bennett. Again, do what is right, not what is easy. Toastmaster Mar.
Yes, to do what is right is superior to do what is easy. People tend to find an easy way out. People tend to find shortcuts. People try to put one over other system. But the fact is, when we do what is right, it may have some attendant difficulties. It may have some obstacles, but doing right is better than doing what is easy, because by doing right, we tend to adhere to the core principles of godliness and, of course, honesty and all the other cardinal virtues. So to do what is right is certainly not easy. It is not promised that by doing right, life will be easy for you. But just the same, stick to your own belief and keep on doing what is right no matter what it costs, rather than to take the easy way out. Thank you, and I return the control to the table topics master.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mar, for that insightful table topic speech. Now let's move forward to the third core value, which is service. Service means stepping up when required to help the club function as a stellar learning environment for the benefit of all members. And and I would like to call who I believe is ready to serve. Toastmaster GV. Here is your here is your next table topic. Table topic. Service to others lead to greatness by Jim Rohn. Again, service to others leads to greatness. Toastmaster GP.
Thank you, President Sedi. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. Good evening, welcome guests. Come to think of it, why does every politicians strive for being in the position? Are they looking for to give great service, or they just want to have fame? Everything starts by setting example. A good leader should set example to his followers. When you become a great leader, you show how to do it, not to command it. You are the one in front of the front line, not at the back of the battalion. A great leader always stands among his predecessors, among his people. Once you did it, everyone will admire you, and everyone will follow you, and everyone will live in prosperity and harmony. Fellow Toastmasters, I would like to say that each one of us is born to be a leader. Each one of us have the capacity to perform what is the best on ourselves. And for tonight, as Toastmaster said, he said, every one of us could be a leader. Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster GV. You said a while ago that show, not command, and be a front line. And that is one of the good qualities of being a leader. And indeed, we are born as leader. So as you. So thank you so much once again, Toastmaster GV. And for our final table topic, which is excellence. Excellence means performing assigned duties to the best of our abilities every time for the benefit of the club. So for our fourth topic, I would like to call Toastmaster Lit. Toastmaster Lit.
Yes, President Seti. Service
Toastmaster
to
Lit, here.
others leads.
Sorry, here is your table topic from Anonymous. Excellence is not doing your best, but being your best. Again, excellence is not doing your best, but being your best. Toastmaster Lit.
Good evening, everyone. This quotation by an anonymous author really inspires us that excellence is not doing your best, but being your best. Every one of us is unique. And if you just know your passion and if you would live happily doing what you are passionate about, then that's being your best. You don't have to compare yourself with what others are doing. You only have to focus on yourself. Like in Toastmastering, one thing I've learned about being a Toastmaster is that every time we compete in a speech competition, it is not really competing with someone. It is always a competition with yourself. You just have to get better every time you compete because the competition is actually about you, about yourself. You just wanted to be your best. And a while ago, we saw it's like a stairway, right? A staircase, good, better, best. And I am reminded of a quotation that if you are already there from good, you have become better, and best is just around the bend. Well, you just have to exert a little more effort and you're there. And when you're there, you have to maintain it. Remember, a lot of old people, they have this maintenance medicine. They have to live with it for the rest of their lives. I think as Toastmasters, we only have to think that way also, that somehow we are given a maintenance medication that we have to take so that we could be at our peak all the time. So through the help of Toastmasters, I know here we are out at our best. So let's just stay because that is true excellence, being your best. Good evening, everyone.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Lit, for that meaningful table topic speech. As you said, that we should only focus on ourselves and not compare ourselves with the other people, which make us an excellent person. And that concludes our table topic speech for tonight. And I congratulate our four table topic speakers who showed what respect is, who demonstrate what integrity is, who showed us that he is the next leader to be born and someone who made us love ourselves and not compare ourselves to others so as we can be excellence for everyone. So thank you so much, fellow Toastmasters and friends. And before I end this, may I remind you that despite our situation, let us continue to focus, strive hard, and rise up. I may now return the control to our Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Seti, for leading our table topic section. And now we will proceed with the best part, the second best part of our Toastmasters meeting. We're going to have a 5-minute break. Oh, I'm sorry. Can we take a picture before we take a break? Everyone, is that all right?
Yes.
Can we ask everyone to turn on their videos?
Haggard ako.
It's okay.
Si Mark,
Toastmaster Rai, can you
Mark
turn
is
on your
back.
video? Is that
Yeah.
okay? Toastmaster Elise, we're going to take a picture now before we take our 5-minute break.
Si Rai pate. Rai, where are
Hi,
you?
Tita. We're going to take a picture, ha?
Hi, Elise.
Rai, is he going to turn his camera on? Ah, sorry,
Rai.
MC. Okay, that's all right. Okay. Toastmaster Eddie, please count down.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Perfect. I love it. Hang on. One moment. I am pasting this somewhere. One more time. Can we do one more photo? Toastmaster Eddie, please.
Okay. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Love it. Okay, timer Toastmaster Remy, please time 5 minutes for our bio break. And Toastmaster Mark, will you do the break master?
Okay, I am your in-house break master for every meeting. So sana sa susunod, iba naman ang break master. So I would like to ask Jeff. Jeff, what was your motivation to come up with that Bitcoin or blockchain speech?
I just saw uh the news in GMA where Elon Musk is the CEO of Tesla, right?
Yeah.
Where the Dogecoin will be the payment method for the people who wants to go to moon.
Mhm.
So I think that's my inspiration. So
Wow.
since it is trending, I want to also share to you what this coin really is, or what
Mhm.
this coin or how does it works. Yeah, that's
Oh,
it.
okay. Have you ever invested on a digital currency?
Yes.
Which one? Which cryptocurrency? Was it?
Different coins. I have some platform
Mhm.
where I trade different coins.
All right. So was it Bitcoin, Ethereum,
I've
Sunlight?
traded Ethereum Classic, Dogecoin, something like that.
So how was it so far?
Uh, it's
Profitable.
Profitable?
I cannot say that much profit because it's a break even only, because
Mhm.
there's sometime that I have 200%,
Mhm.
then I've got been wiped out on the next
Oh.
and
Mhm.
the next time, and then on the third investing I've got only 20%, because there's use of leverage in
Mhm.
the platform where you can multiply your money when you invest 100 pesos, for example.
And so
You
you have to
use,
watch it. You have to
Yes.
monitor it.
yeah, you
It's very
monitor it.
volatile.
Yeah, that's
More
very
volatile than
volatile.
the stock market, right?
You can buy Tesla with Bitcoin.
Yeah, Elon Musk is a hyper of cryptocurrency.
Mhm. And I think the profit will be seen in the long term, like stock market, right? I don't know yet.
Yeah, we don't know. Everybody doesn't hold the future.
Yeah. And let's see. Tita Raquel is here. Hi, Tita Raquel from NPC Toastmasters Club. How are you?
I'm fine.
And welcome once again to Meycauayan Toastmasters Club. So,
I was attracted with your topic,
oh,
how
thank you.
to write a
Thank
reverse
you.
poetry. So I just listened. And there is bonus with Jack Robles speech.
Yeah. And I'm serious with that.
Interesting.
For those who want to write reverse poetry, we can incorporate it for the 30th anniversary of Toastmasters Club, of Meycauayan Toastmasters Club in August, if you want to. And
Okay.
part of the proceed for that ebook that I'm thinking of will go to our club fund if you
Wow.
want to. And if there are other Toastmasters here who is amenable to write their own reverse poetry. For example, there's Jeff there, uh, Armel, Rose, Jamie, Sedi,
Yeah, you
or
can make
Mar.
poetries dedicated to your loved ones or to your enemies also.
Yes, it's
If
up to
you want.
you.
It's up.
Are you in a relationship,
Tagalog.
Jeff?
Yeah.
Right now? Okay, so you may write one for your girlfriend.
Okay. I'll ask for your help, TM
Okay,
Mark.
no
If
problem. You may
yeah, okay.
message me. So,
Sure,
Parang
sure.
I think we should have ano ba 'yon? Parang study session. One
true.
session on parang you have to guide us kasi hindi ko malaman paano babalik ta rin pagbasa yung
Mahirap siyang ituro in 20 minutes kasi.
sabihin parang we should have a session na yun lang yung gagawin. Those who are interested to write.
Pwede po. Kahit
Oh,
one
Diba?
dapat
weekend.
that creative talaga, no? Creative yung mind.
Yeah, kasi I don't know how kasi parang si Mark whatever he writes you can read from I remember the one you presented to us from bottom to ano
To
ba
top.
yun? From
Top to bottom.
top to bottom, from bottom to up, parang nandun yung meaning, ini-reverse mo lang. Di
Opo.
ba? Di ko nga maisip paano gagawin, Juliet.
Mahirap siya gawin talaga.
I'm gonna try. I'm going to submit it to you.
Yes,
Professor.
please. Tapos gawa tayo as a team ng ng isang ebook. And then let's sell it for para may club fund tayo.
Compiled poetry, ganun.
Bang pwede?
Compiled poems.
Mark, is this reverse poetry only in Filipino? Because I have not seen a reverse poetry in English. First time ever heard this. So this must be Filipino.
Pwedeng Filipino, pwedeng English.
Filipino na lang.
I haven't seen any
Hindi lang
poetry
marunong
in
ng English pa.
You wrote one in English? Hindi ba?
I haven't written one.
Ay,
Not yet.
Ay, meron. Parang sa Facebook, meron po. Meron.
Sa Facebook.
I was looking at various literature. I haven't seen any sample of a reverse poetry in English. Kaya your is very good na sa Filipino lang pala. I haven't seen kasi anything in English na reverse.
Ayan na. Nagno-notify na si Ma'am Remy.
Nag-alarm na si Ma'am Remy.
Back to you, Rose.
Tumatawag na. Nagbe-bell na tapos ng recess.
Tapos
recess.
Pasok na. Pasok ka na daw.
Yes, as much as we're enjoying our break time, we have to continue. Yes, our chat time. We have to continue with our meeting. Hang on. We are now moving on to the third part of the evaluation, the third part of the meeting, which is the general evaluation. Wise up, Toastmasters and friends. It's time to further our education by giving and receiving evaluation and feedback from other Toastmasters. This is where you get the bang for your buck, since no other webinar or seminar will give you feedback like what we do here in our clubs. The general evaluation portion will be led by past Division G Director, distinguished Toastmaster Virgil Garcia. Take it away.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rose, Area Director of G3, for that succinct introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, for the information of our guests, this is the part of the meeting where you receive immediate feedback of all the speeches that have been delivered throughout the meeting. My role as a general evaluator for tonight is to note everything that is happening from the start of the meeting until the end of the meeting. I'll not be doing this alone, but I'll be helped I'll be accompanied by a couple of able Toastmasters. They are not tough as nails, and they will prove that during their time to give feedback. To start, since we started with the prepared speeches, it is but proper to start with the prepared speech evaluation. Edrada's speech or presentation, let us put our hands together on the screen or virtually and welcome past Division G Governor, Distinguished Toastmaster, Maria Lourdes Cruz or Malu Cruz from NPC Toastmasters Club.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Virgil. Congratulations, Toastmaster Mark. It is my honor and my privilege to be your evaluator for this evening's meeting. And it is not an accident because during my time when I was young, I loved poetry, but not reverse poetry. But if we still have time, I can share with you one reverse poetry that we use in the pre-K seminar. First on my list is to give you that the things that you showed during your speech, wherein you showed us that you were tough as nails because you excelled in this aspect. You had a very good topic. See, it's so interesting that Raquel was glued to that topic and so she's here. I love the topic. It's very interesting. And when you told us the step-by-step in doing the reverse poetry, that is excellent. I salute you for that. Thank you so much for giving us an example that is very close to your heart and original at that, and it's not easy to do it. And so sharing a piece of yourself, how romantic you are, is really awesome. Thank you so much for that sharing. What I would love to tell you is you may want to consider having an English version of the reverse poetry. I know because you're so good, you can do it. The point that I would like to give emphasis is the call to action. The book, I love to be part of it. If I can have one and if I can create not less than 8 lines, I would love to be part of that book simply because not only this is a very challenging one, but of course being part of Meycauayan Toastmasters Club. We love this club because it's our mother club. So thank you so much for that wonderful speech, and I'm looking forward to more speeches of that kind. Not only informative, but very near and close to my heart and to the Toastmasters people around us. Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you, Toastmaster Malu. Again, let's give both our speaker and our evaluator a warm round of applause. Or click those reaction button there. Give them a heart, a thumbs up. Oh, yes. Now we move on to the second prepared speaker's evaluation on digital currency. his evaluator is our incoming Division G Director, currently the Vice President for Education of Meycauayan Toastmasters Club. Let us put our hands together and welcome Toastmaster Armel Gutierrez.
Thank you so much to you, our General Evaluator, Virgil. Hello, Jeff. Congratulations. Wow. What a great research presentation. You were so prepared. I knew that you studied this Bitcoin so well because I see how enthusiastic you were when you presented your research a while ago. You've got me on your first powerful opening statement. It talks about trust. You said that, have you trusted yourself to someone and that someone suddenly left you behind? I was so thrilled when you said that opening statement that you hooked me as if I really wanted to listen to you intently. And then you continue to go on with your research, giving those words like the Bitcoin, Ethereum, blockchain. To me, those words were just familiar words, but tonight you gave its meaning because of your presentation. And that was so commendable, Toastmaster Jeff. Two words that retain in my mind tonight, words of trust and risk. Because of your presentation, I opened my mind about this Bitcoin and about this digital currency, on should I trust with this or should I be so hesitant in doing this? In your presentation, you gave us a balance of how this really digital currency really affects us. You even gave us a personal example that is really so understandable at my end when you shared the ledger of Toastmaster Christine and Rose and your ledger. That was really so good because I can really understand what you are talking about. Congratulations on that, Toastmaster Jeff. And I really I saw how intelligent you are because of the way you delivered your speech. Now, how can I help you, Toastmaster Jeff? One thing is really that you deliver your speech with your whole heart, so that even that you will never, so that you can read your notes with you, just feel it in your heart so that you can be able really to feel your presentation. But in all, Toastmaster Jeff, you were really so good and you were so prepared. Aside from that, you used powerful words really that are easily to understand. Your audience were really listening to you intently. And for your closing statement, you said that, will you trust somebody else or trust your whole network? That was a good connection on the opening and the ending statement. Congratulations, Toastmaster Jeff, and I'm looking forward to you to deliver more intelligent speech to all of us. I always look forward to you because I see you as a champion speaker. Now back to you, our General Evaluator, Virgil.
Thank you, Toastmaster Armel, for that complete or comprehensive evaluation of Jeff's speech. Now we move on to the lighter part of speaking off the cuff, and to know how we fared during our time. Let us put our hands together and welcome distinguished Toastmaster Christine Temblique to give the table topics evaluation.
Thank you, Virgil. And I still haven't gotten used to looking at you because you look like your son. Okay, well. So losing weight fits you actually. So thank you for gracing our meeting tonight. And since I am the table topic evaluator, let me start with the table topic master. I like what Sedi did because he came up with this theme, Rise Up, which is actually the acronym of the 4 values of Toastmasters. We usually use first integrity, respect, service, and excellence. But of course, to form a word, he used Rise Up, and which is very creative. So that was indeed admirable. Next, he gave us introductions of what table topic is for the purpose of our guest, and providing us the patterns to use and time as well, the time that you need in order to develop a table topic speech. So congratulations, Sedi, for doing that. Then we proceeded to calling the table topic speakers. I am usually more inclined to have the topic given before calling the speakers, because it prevents others from thinking and trying to form a table topic speech in their mind. But this is also acceptable. So for our first speaker, Mercy, you Sedi showed a clasp hand, a handshake actually. And I like the way you delivered your speech because it is full of intensity. Your emotions when you talk about human beings and describe human beings, then creating the negativity because of the different racism that happens now in the world, is something that is full of emotion. And that is indeed what I like in how you develop your speech. Also, when you said about equality, my recommendation is connote equality with the clasp hand, which is a picture of a white and a dark hand. So maybe you can connect the concept of equality with the clasp hand, so that we will know that you are talking about that kind of equality and understanding among the different nations of the world, the different races of the world. But aside from that, I think thank you, Mercy, for gracing us and also delivering this table topic speech about respect. Okay. Next, we have to go to Mar. Mar talked about integrity. Doing what is right dominates about doing what is easy. And he explained it so well. There is only one thing that I would maybe recommend to Mar, and this is giving an example. Maybe point out an instance when doing what is right is more important than doing what is easy. I think there will be a lot of examples, maybe even in business, maybe in dealing with difficult circumstances, but you can concretize your idea of integrity by giving a short example about this. But overall, your message, especially about how it is more important to do what is right, resonate with us all. So congratulations, Mar. And third, GV. Wow, GV, I would like to give you a gold medal for this. This time, when you develop the topic, it seems that you are reading something, but I know this is an impromptu topic, but I think the topic itself is close to your heart. And so you talked about service. You explained about what real service is and opened with a statement about politicians and the need for service. Then you explained what a servant leader or a true leader must do. So I like that because you told us what a real leader should do and what passion about leadership, what passionate leaders should, or how passionate leaders should perform. There is one recommendation that I would like to make, and that is if you can give a personality who can identify with the kind of leadership that you mentioned, doing everything that's necessary to prove that he is a true leader, maybe that would make your table topic speech more complete. But aside from that, thank you for the message, and I really admire how you have upgraded your table topic speech tonight. And our last speaker, of course, is Lit. Lit, our table topic champion, will always perform at a different standard. So Lit was able to compare and to hit home nearest to our heart about Toastmasters and excellence as a person. She was able to explain how it is it's not really important to win, but to be your best. So excellence is being your best. And I like the metaphor, especially in his message. Maintenance medicine, which is important and must always be present for us. Well, of course, I know I can identify with that. But definitely, Lit was able to give us a complete table topic speech and even concretize what she means by setting Toastmasters for herself as an example. So congratulations, Lit, for your table topic speech. And I kudos to all the table topics master, table topic speakers. So congratulations, everyone. May I now return the control to our general evaluator, distinguished Toastmaster Virgil.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Christine. Indeed, that was a wonderful, comprehensive evaluation, especially with your tone of voice, as if it was so friendly and I love it. There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, for all the speakers, do you have any comments or violent reactions about the evaluations that were given to you? Please message them privately, huh? Do not voice it out here. Anyway, in Toastmasters, this is the room, a friendly gathering for us, for all of us to improve. So all the feedbacks, if you notice, are friendly and from, how do you call this? It's from our heart. Ladies and gentlemen, to all the speakers and to all the evaluators, let's give them a warm round of applause, or just click on those icons, a clap, thumbs up, a heart, a wow, a pop, or ta-da. Now we move on to the technical evaluations as per program. Let's start with our language evaluator, who will give us a speech, not a report, a speech on how we use the idiom for the night, how we use the English language. Did we use it as just like a gem, or did we have to vaccinate it just like a germ? Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Toastmasters, let us put our hands together or click on the icon and welcome Toastmaster Juliet.
Thank you, Toastmaster Virgil. Now, Darla, I would like to focus on you. My role as the grammarian for tonight is just like what DTM Virgil said, is to observe the grammatical errors, listen to grammatical misuse from all the speakers, and also to observe the gems or phrases which we can cherish or something to think about after the meeting for us to even grow fonder. So in being a grammarian, Darla, you also learn how to listen carefully So it's not just you are suggesting to the speakers about their grammatical errors, but you are also being trained how to listen. So let's start with the germs. By the way, I didn't hear anyone use the idiom of the night. Did anyone use? Rose, did you use? Oh, yeah. Always you. It's always Rose. She doesn't
I
forget.
did.
Thank you for posting that idiom of the night for the chat box. Okay, so it's just Rose. Even me, I didn't use it. Okay, for the germs, this probably was mentioned because the person was nervous. So when he committed errors, he doesn't mean it just because he's rushing or he's not yet confident in what he's saying, so he commit errors. So I heard a person was talking about two different boxes, but he said, oh, I heard two different box. So you are referring to a plural noun, so you have to put S with the word. And then I'll having your ledger. Again, I know he knows how to say the correct word, but he's probably nervous again. Instead of saying, I will be having your ledger, he said, oh, I heard, I'll having your ledger. So it's wrong again. Or you don't use the ing for future participle without the word will, because this is a future perfect participle. Yes, I will be having your ledger. So you have to have the word, the verb be, I will be having your ledger. And then I also heard talking about those various digital or virtual currencies like Bitcoins, Ethereum, etc. I don't remember the other ones, but the following sentence was, you gave its meaning. You were talking about plural again. So if you are going to replace it with a pronoun, it should be a plural pronoun. So it has to be, you gave their meaning instead of you gave its meaning. And I also heard someone was referring to a good presentation. And the following words were easily to understand. So you are describing something, a good presentation. So you need to use an adjective to describe that and not an adverb. Easily is an adverb. So if you're going to use an adjective, it has to be easy to understand. So those are the mishaps in the grammars for tonight. Not much. I tried to listen very carefully, but those are the only ones that I heard. Actually, with my idol, I didn't hear anything. I was keen of listening to him. I'm gonna tell you who it is. It's GB, but I didn't hear any grammatical error from GB. Praise you. You're a gold medalist, as Tita Christine said tonight. Very good. So
Thank you.
that's not a prejudice or being a judgmental, but because we are nervous, we committed those errors. But that's why we are trying to point it out in the evaluation so that in the future we can correct those. So Darla, don't be afraid. It's a friendly advice and suggestion. As for the gems, I heard something from Armel, rise up with full of positivity. Always, from the last how many Toastmasters meeting, full of positivity from Armel. So keep it up. Yes, we need those. We need that in these times of pandemic. A lot of people are getting depressed. Me, I have anxiety as well for 1 month. But yeah, here I go again in Toastmasters. I find my, yes, here in Toastmaster, I find my peace. Is that wrong? My grammar is wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. And then I also heard from, let me see the name, from TM Mercy Mecos, a very valuable phrase. God created us according to our uniqueness. I love this. This is really true. Thank you for sharing that to us, TM Mercy. And also from, as always, from our own Toastmaster lead, there's always something from you. True excellence is being your best. Thank you for sharing that to us. So those are the gems for tonight's meeting. I don't know who will be the winner because I thought I heard Mark before that we should have a gems of the night. So I don't know if that pushed through, but these are all the best for tonight. That will be all for my language evaluation. I turn now back the control to our general evaluator, DTM Virgil.
Thank you, Toastmaster Juliet. Once again, let's give her a warm round of applause or give her your reactions by clicking on those icons. A heart. There. Now that we've learned or heard, how we use the English language and how we utilize the idiom of the night in our speeches, let us hear our accountant, but she's not an accountant. I believe she is a doctor or a dentist. Let us put our hands together and welcome Toastmaster Jamie to give the AHA report.
Thank you, Toastmaster Virgil. I'm a dentist who pays an accountant to do my accounts. So good evening, fellow Toastmasters. I'm your accounter for tonight, and I'm here to take notes of the ums, and other filler words by tallying it on my worksheet. The account can also when they're conscious of their us and ums, next time they'll be more mindful of their speech manners. If your name isn't called, it means you're a perfect zero. It means you didn't have any filler, repetitive words, elongated words, over long pauses, or other words that aren't incorrigible. So first is Toastmaster Armel, two repetitive words. Toastmaster Juliet, 4 fillers, 2 repetitive words, and 1 elongated word. Toastmaster Mark, 1 elongated word. Toastmaster Jepoy, 22 us and 10 so. Toastmaster Sedi, 1 1 repetitive word. Then Toastmaster Christine, 3 repetitive word and 1 overlong pause. So an area of improvement for Toastmaster Jepoy. Since you're just a beginner Toastmaster, maybe next time if you're thinking of something, like instead of opening your mouth, maybe you could close it, then think before you start with your next sentence. Maybe next time instead of 22 ums, you'll deliver 10 ums. I think that's already a big improvement, right? So I hope everyone this is the evaluation portion is not here to criticize, but to help everyone improve on how you speak or their speech manner. I now return the control to distinguished Toastmaster Virgil.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jamie, the dentist who pays an accountant to do her dentistry work. No, not dentistry work. Accountant's work of the dentist. Okay. Now, we move on how we utilize or use the time given to us. Was it consumed properly since we are given a specific time frame? Or did we went over consume? And to hear more of it, let us put our hands together and welcome our Lord of Time, our timer, Toastmaster Remy.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. It's good to be back here. As your timekeeper, my role is to monitor the use of our time. So as you notice, I were using colors as my background to give you or to notify you about the time you are using. So let me give you how each partakers took their time. For our prepared speeches, so we have two. The first one is PM Mar. He used 15 minutes and 49 seconds, which is under time. Jepoy, on the other hand, used overtime. He used 13 minutes and 53 seconds. It means that he is well-researched and a lot to be said with his speech. In our table topics, all in all, we use 11 minutes. TM Mercy used 2 minutes and 16 seconds overtime. TM Mar, wow, it's a surprise. He used 1 minute and 11 minutes under time for the first time, I think, TM Mar. As I observe, since I joined the Toastmasters Meycauayan, it's your first time to be under time. GB was on time, 1 minute and 43 seconds. Can lead overtime for 9 seconds only. In our speech evaluation, I only timed the two evaluators. TM Maria Lourdes used 2 minutes and 30 seconds on time. TM Armel Gutierrez used 3 minutes and 20 seconds overtime. So everybody did were in their best in using their time, for sure. But as you know, time is very valuable. When we choose to be here, we value the activity and even the people we are with. So as we join the session for tonight, we are all giver and takers of time. So if you use your time well, we all gain in the use of time and we get value. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster, for your timers report. And I love your background. It's so homey, Toastmaster Remy.
Relax.
Now we're done with the technical evaluation. Before I give my general give all the evaluators who give their feedbacks a rousing warm of applause by clicking on all those icons except smiling or whatever. There. And Okay. Congratulations, Meycauayan Toastmasters Club. It's a pleasure to be your general evaluator. I remember my first time attending Meycauayan Toastmasters Club, all the way when my wife, Beng, was our division director. We attended Meycauayan Toastmasters Club in the old building where the bar used to have with Toastmaster Mark. And I remember there were few. Then my term came, we visited Meycauayan. Then became Mark and so forth. I miss going to Meycauayan Toastmasters Club. But because of this pandemic, now I'm here in Meycauayan Toastmasters Club virtually. The ones missing is my wife. Later, we'll call her and show her beautiful face. But I believe she was your guest the last time. Thank you for the invitation to our incoming Division G Director, Toastmaster Armel. I thought this was a reunion for governors, Division G governors and Division G directors. I noticed Division G Malu, Division G Governor Malu and Mercy. I think also Ma'am Christine served as Division G Governor during her younger times.
No, Division A. I was the last Division A governor.
Division A, the last Division A before we became Division G.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, sayang. Anyway, I love that the Zoom meeting or the Zoom room was open early, and I love the cohesiveness of the team. They check on the functionaries where it's not and made adjustments early prior to the beginning of the meeting. As per my notes, and the Toastmaster meeting started at 7:05 p.m. by our Vice President for Education. After which we proceeded with the invocation, the Toastmaster's promise, and I love the way you introduce the Toastmaster of the evening, which is the current area director, Rose Pagia. I love the way our Toastmaster Rose Pagia, gave a brief history of Toastmasters International, starting with Ralph Smedley and all the way to how Toastmasters started in Asia with the first Toastmasters Club. I believe it was Tamaraw Toastmasters Club, from the contrast of the black and white picture to the colored ones, which was the picture of Meycauayan Toastmasters Club, who will be celebrating 31st?
30, yeah.
30, yeah. Because we already celebrated 30. We're a year older than Meycauayan. I think we are the mother, you are the daughter, and you're the mother of NTC.
Yes, correct.
Yes. Okay. So in Division G, we have the two oldest club, Meycauayan Toastmasters Club in the central part of Luzon. And in the northern part, it's Pine City Toastmasters Club. Okay. Now I love the history, especially for the benefit of our guests, the way you introduce our functionaries from the table topics master, the speakers, and the slides. Aside from mentioning the project, you had slides beside you. Wish I could do that with my current skills in technology. For the speakers, for Toastmaster Mark, I love your topic. I noticed that you spoke with within you just consume 15 minutes out of the 20-25 minutes time given to you. I would love to hear more, more of your reverse poetry. If you went over under time, I would like to suggest probably using or utilizing the remaining 5-10 minutes for us to digest and probably ask questions for an open forum, Q&A. Since I believe, yes, you mentioned that it's difficult to teach writing reverse poetry within 20 minutes. But thank you for giving us snippets and giving us the chance to learn. I've learned a lot since I love poetry. I would like to be part of your ebook 30th anniversary in English form or my Ilocano language. Ilocano language, Tagalog, and English.
English or Tagalog?
Multilingual.
With translation.
With translation.
With the translation, multilingual. Yes. So that would be unique, different for Meycauayan. So that's for Toastmaster Mark. I would love to hear more, and in future speeches that requires you to use 20 to 25 minutes, just maximize it, my friend. And there's more to it. Let's give Mark one round of applause. Then for Toastmaster Jepoy, I love your speech about digital currency. I would love to learn more of digital currency, and I would love to ask more questions. But given the time given to you, 5 to 7 minutes, it is not enough for me to ask questions. Toastmaster Jeff, it's well researched, and I would love for you to highlight within 5 to 7 minutes what is the digital currency. A short history, and then the 4 aspects of the digital currency. All the rest can be used again in another speech which require a longer time. Nevertheless, Toastmaster Jeff, I love that you're now investing and trading in the cryptocurrencies. I myself is still not yet into digital currency. It's not finality, it's not yet. I'm learning a lot from digital currency coming from a banking background. I still have that doubts with the digital currency, but with this situation that we are now since last year, I think we have to think otherwise. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you, Toastmaster Jepoy, for sharing. Hope to hear more from you. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give him a one round of applause. To all of our functionaries, good job. And our Toastmaster of the evening, the area director, the favorite of Shakespeare. I name no other name, but still a Rose. Toastmaster Rose, I love your flexibility in reversing also the program. You did not skip anything. Yes, we skipped the rope, but you did not skip, but you only put the prepared speakers ahead of the table topics portion to give ample time for the table topics master to prepare or to arrive in our Zoom room. I love that the flexibility and the cohesive. I love also how you segue and comment. It's like reciting poetry with rhyme. Rise up. With rise up. Of course, you cannot rise up with eyes closed. You'll be zombie. Rise up. You're smiling. Oh. Toastmaster Rose. Good job. Let's give Toastmaster Rose a warm round of applause, a heart, a tada, or a thumbs up. First, I'll do that. Okay. For the rest of the club, I noticed that some of you have virtual backgrounds, which was uploaded from the just concluded district conference. And just like me, I don't have a virtual background yet. What I can suggest for Meycauayan, since you're well versed, especially Mark Wilson, Edrada, to create a virtual background where it states Meycauayan Toastmasters Club, your meeting date, the meeting time, and since I noticed that the Zoom link is a recurring thing, you can put the Zoom link on your virtual background. So the guests can take down, if they miss, then you can always send the link to them. In addition, I would like also to suggest to explore a noise reduction or cancellation application to be installed somewhere if we're able. I think the younger Toastmasters Club or those who are digitally capable or digital natives can help out the digitally challenged, just like me, in accessing a noise reduction or noise cancellation app. Overall, I love the calmness, even though there were interruptions during speeches, noise, or beautiful noises of our fur babies. The meeting went smoothly. Congratulations, Meycauayan Toastmasters Club, and hope to be with you again in the next meeting. Back to you, Toastmaster of the evening. No other name but Rose.
Thank you, Toastmaster Virgil, for sharing your thoughts and your feedback to all of us. That concludes our meeting for tonight. Thank you all for joining us and rising up to the challenges of communication and leadership. It takes one decision to end stagnation and mediocrity. So I encourage everyone, including our guests, to join us in our next meeting and experience the fun and camaraderie, all of these while developing life skills to level up your self-confidence to help you face what's ahead. This has been Rose Pagya, your Toastmaster of the evening, signing off. Toastmaster Seti, back to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rose, for gracing our meeting tonight. And we would like to thank our guests as well. So I will start first by asking our guest, Darla. Hi, Darla.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening. I would like to ask your thoughts in our tonight's meeting and what session in our meeting that you are most excited.
Well, just by attending this meeting, because I've always been curious about Toastmasters since I've already heard it when I started working. So I think just by attending this first meeting, I was already able to fully grasp what the club stands for. And it's really nice that you actually considered that you have guests. So you were actually considering when you explain something or introduce a concept, you would address the guest. So another is I'm also excited about the impromptu speeches because I like talking. I also have a minimal background about speaking in public, but I believe that by being in this, let's say, attending the club would actually enrich me more or equip me more to become a better speaker. So I also like how this club is cultivating eloquence and proficiency, and actually not only the language skills but also life skills for that matter. So thank you. I'm honored to be here.
Yes, thank you, Darla. And I believe it's innate in you, the eloquence in speaking and talking. It's visible. And we are looking forward to you to attend our meetings. Next,
Your speech,
You are
Miss
on
Eddie.
mute.
sorry. Toastmaster Mercy, please invite us to your future meetings.
Good evening, friends. Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. We will be having a meeting at Synergy Toastmasters Club on Thursday at 7 p.m. We will have the link at the Toastmasters GC, and I would love to have you all there. Especially, it would be nice to see everyone there and feel the other type of culture of how we deliver Toastmasters as well. Good evening. I would also like to invite you to attend the Baguio Ecozone Toastmasters Club. We have our meetings every second Mondays and third Saturdays of the month, and we have it at 6:30. As we will also have the link at the Toastmasters GC. So see you on Thursday, 7 o'clock at Synergy Toastmasters Club.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mercy. From MPC Toastmasters Club, Toastmaster Raquel or Toastmaster Malu, you may invite, and Toastmaster Malu, you may invite us to your meeting.
Yes, good evening once again. Raquel, would you like to do the honors?
Yes. Good evening, everyone. It's so nice to be here in our mother club, the Meycauayan Toastmasters Club. Happy Mother's Day because you are our mother club. NPC Toastmasters Club is having a meeting every Thursday, 8 to 10 in the evening. And you are all invited there, and you are very welcome and to take your roles. And as a Division G is in my blood because I was the last club president of the NPC Toastmasters Club under Division G. And I'm forever Division G. Back to you, and it's your turn, BTM Malu.
Yes. Since this is, I really love this club because it's our nanay club. Yes.
Yes. You
And
are
so,
our
yes. And so, being in your meeting is such a pleasure and an honor. And I would love to be here once again next time. Thank you.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Malu and Toastmaster Raquel. Toastmaster Virgil, please invite us.
Thank you, President Sedi. I miss seeing you in competition. Now I've seen you in person and now in virtual. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm distinguished Toastmaster Virgil Garcia from Pine City Toastmasters Club, and we meet every first, third, and fifth Fridays of every month. In case the Friday falls on a holiday, we meet on a Tuesday. Our next meeting will be, let me check, next week, Friday. That's May 21, I think. Tama ba?
Friday. 21 is Friday.
Yeah, next week, May 21, 6:30 p.m. I would say we meet at McDonald's, but that was pre-pandemic. Now we meet virtually on Zoom. We will send the link and hope to see all of Meycauayan in our Toastmasters meeting, and hope Ma'am Angie and Christine will send us Grab food, McDonald's, not virtually, Ma'am Christina. Not kidding. Thank you for having me here. Back to you, Toastmasters Eddie.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Virgil. And last but not the least, we miss you the most. We missed you, Toastmaster Elise. Care to share your thoughts? Hi, Tita
Hello,
Elise.
hello, hi everyone. Hello, hi everyone. Then, hello, I'm adjusting to this new laptop. I don't know how to operate this. Anyway, I miss you all, and I was excited. I was excited to really attend. I was looking forward in attending because I know SEDI would have a theme of pageants because it's May. But then, but then again, I was. It's okay to have a rise up theme. I was, oh, it's a rise up theme. It's not about beauty pageants. But then again, I'm happy to see Christine and everyone else. Mar, I miss you so. Thank you for having me. Thank you for sending me the link once again, and hope to be attending more meetings to come. Thank you. Happy Mother's Day to all. God bless.
See you again, please.
Thank you so
Last
much,
cry.
Toastmaster Elise.
Thank you, Christine.
Right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, Rai will. Okay, it's okay, Rai.
Sorry.
And our club, Meycauayan Toastmasters Club, will have a meeting on May 25, 2021, Tuesday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. And I hope all of our members will be present there because I believe that because we will have a portion after our meeting. So I will announce that in our group chat. And then for your inquiries, you may contact Meycauayan Toastmasters Club officers or message us on our official social media accounts in Facebook and
Hi,
Good night,
everyone.
Good night,
everyone.
Tita Elise. Nice to
Good
see you.
Everybody.
Good
night.
night.
Thank
God
you.
bless.
Night,
Thank you for
Thank
coming,
you
everyone.
so
Darda. Come
much.
again next time. We have the same
DTM Rachel,
link.
Thank
DTM
thank
Madu,
you.
DTM
Bye-bye.
Virgil.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, Malu, bye.
Hello,
Bye-bye.
Jill,
Virgil. I miss you,
Love
Kuya
to all.
Virgil, and Ate Ben.
bye.
Tita
And
Elise, miss
everyone.
you
Mercy,
too.
thank
Bye.
you.
Miss
See.
you. I
Para
miss
sa
you.
Baguio.
Yes. Good night, everyone.